These Hollywood stars are real polyglots. Language learning services would have nothing to surprise them with. Natalie Portman. The actress was born in Israel, so from childhood she spoke Hebrew and English. Well, as an adult she learned French, Japanese, German and Spanish. Natalie admitted that never once learned a new language for the role, all the lessons she took at will, because to learn, it as wonderful. Jodie Foster. As a child, the actress attended school Lilac y Fren ISD Los Angeles, where the teaching was in French. The knowledge gained came in handy. She starred in French films, and herself dubbing her American films in French. Jodie said that she also learned Italian while at Yale University, but jokes that she speaks the language with a French accent. It has been reported in the press that she also knows Spanish and German. Tom Hiddleston. The actor is incredibly talented when it comes to learning languages. He discovered his ability to do this while still in school. Tom began studying French, Latin and Spanish, and now speaks even more languages, including Italian. He has also been known to share phrases in other languages during interviews, including Russian, Korean and Mandarin. It is something that has always fascinated me. I wasn't really particularly gifted in math or science, but once we started learning languages, I found that I had an aptitude for it, Tom shared in an interview with Larry Flick. Gwyneth Paltrow. In addition to English, Gwyneth can speak two other languages, Spanish and French. She learned Spanish when she went on exchange to Spain as a teenager and lived in a guest family. It was then that Paltrow simply fell in love with the country and still enjoys traveling there, and also gave her children to Spanish courses. Spain today the actress calls her second home. Jack Black. The actor can speak both Spanish and French. In 2012, Jack revealed that he learned Spanish on his own as an adult and often practiced in front of a mirror to hone his words and pronunciation. At first I tried to learn as many Spanish words as I could, just to get used to the sound that Spanish creates, he recounted. The actor has not spoken publicly about his talents in French, but he may well have picked up some phrases as a teenager when his father lived in France. Diane Kruger. The actress was born in Germany, so German is her mother tongue. In addition, at school she studied Latin, but she encountered English only as a teenager, when she began to live in London. Then, when she moved to Paris to pursue modeling, she learned French. Looking back on her career, Diana says that knowing more than one language was vital to her work as an actress. I don't think I would have had a career if I didn't speak French, and doing French movies really saved my career, Diana said. Knowing several languages, according to Kruger, brings ease and the ability to work and live in different places without feeling disconnected from the world. That said, not all languages came equally easy to Diana. For example, Spanish got on her nerves, but she understands Italian better. Sandra Oh. Sandra Oh was born in Canada, but her Korean parents made sure she knew her native language from childhood. Then while studying at the National Theatre School of Canada in Quebec, Sandra also learned French. On top of that, she can reportedly speak Spanish. Viggo Mortensen. The American actor with Danish roots spent his childhood in Argentina, where he learned to speak both Spanish and English. Well, when he was a teenager, he decided to learn Danish, his father's native language. When the family moved to upstate New York, he learned French. During the filming of Far From Human, he also mastered the Algerian dialect of French and Arabic. In addition, Viggo speaks Norwegian, Swedish, Italian and Catalan. I grew up in a bilingual environment, mostly speaking Spanish and English, but I also heard my father speaking Danish to his friends. So when I was a teenager, I made a conscious effort to learn Danish. Danish is a difficult language to learn, perhaps more difficult than Arabic in some ways, he told The Hollywood Reporter. Lupita Nyong'o. The actress grew up in different places, absorbing completely different cultures and languages. She was born in Mexico City to Kenyan parents, but when she was a little girl, the family returned to Africa. There, Lupita learned to speak English, Swahili and Luo. Then, as a teenager, she returned to Mexico to enter the training center for foreigners of the National Autonomous University of Mexico, where she learned Spanish. Well, in the movie Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, She even got a chance to showcase that knowledge. "I always wanted to work in Spanish, and even in the wildest dreams could not imagine that such an opportunity will appear in the movie Black Panther," admitted Lupita. Penelope Cruz. The actress was born and raised in Spain and for a long time spoke only Spanish. Only when she got a role in her first American movie, she learned English. Later, Penelope admitted that she was casting in the picture Land of Hills and Valleys just memorizing all the necessary lines, but in fact she did not know spoken English. When director Stephen Frears came to meet her in Spain, he realized she wasn't fluent in the language, but he cast her anyway. She eventually learned the language, in addition to Italian and French.